we are surprised by the action of the U.S. government. U.S. government is involved in conflicts around the world, and as you know, but they don't always apply the same principles everywhere. There are countries where they're involved, and you don't hear them, and you don't hear them imposing sanctions on some individual within those countries. I will not mention the countries. I'm only concerned today about my country. We're very surprised by that. The two individuals will be isolated, and then they'll put them under sanctions. But how many conflicts are there in the world, and how many conflicts in which U.S. government is involved? And how many of them you hear they're imposing sanctions on individuals? You see? So you need to look at it globally to see that what's happening in Congo is very unusual, because Congo, we understand Congo is a very unusual country. It's a major country, strategic country in the middle of Africa. Has a lot of resources. Everybody would like to have access to Congolese resources. We know that. That's known. That's known. It's a known fact. The Congo is a victim of its resources. But we have to deal with it as it comes. I cannot speak for the U.S. government. They themselves have to explain why they're imposing the sanctions to certain individuals. And I know that that's no worldwide policy to impose sanctions on certain individuals. You know, DRC is part of SADC. We had a summit last month in Swaziland, last month in July in Swaziland, and I'm sure you saw the communique that came out of the SADC member countries. SADC has 15 countries, and you saw the communique that came out about DRC supporting the dialogue process. It was supported by SADC. Now, when I'm speaking about dialogue, that issue was taken to the African Union. The facilitator of the dialogue is Adam Kojo, the Togolese, the former Togolese prime minister, and so forth, who was also head of AU at one point. Their facilitator was appointed by the African Union to go and facilitate the dialogue in DRC. So that means the entire continent of Africa, through the African Union, is involved in that dialogue and supporting it, because they appointed Adam Kojo, who is the facilitator. Well, when you're talking about the arrest in DRC, you saw what happened from 97 until about 2000 and 2003. It was called the African World War, because there were about 9-10 countries involved in the war in Congo. The President Joseph Kabila came into power under those circumstances. As young as he was, he found a way to end the conflict. As I mentioned, we came to Sun City. We found a way forward. Peace returned to Congo. What we're experiencing today is what you're experiencing in the other countries. From time to time, people rise, we have a little demonstration, and then, unfortunately, some people lose their lives their way. 2, 3, 10 people get killed. I'm not saying that is right. I think we should not even lose one person under those circumstances. But what we are seeing today, compared to what we experienced 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's totally day and night. Those things happened, like the demonstration happened the other day. It took 1.5 days of demonstration. The country is back to normal today. As we speak, I just came back from Kinshasa 2 weeks ago. Everything is back to normal. In the Eastern Congo, you have those elements, outside forces, that from time to time they might show up and kill a couple of people, just like any other African countries. Boko Haram is doing this. Countries a lot of countries are going through the process. But in Congo, overall peace has returned. It's just those issues that they might spring up from time to time. Just like you have a students' demonstration here from time to time, people demonstrate, the police come and so forth. But I would not call that as a Congo going back to a war or a civil war. No, we're not going back to civil war.